So, I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier this week about ADD and kids being diagnosed with ADD and stuff. And then I was just talking to my wife just now uh, over the phone. And we were discussing how quickly kids are being diagnosed with ADD. And if you look at what they really need is, I don't know, my time, not many kids got ADD. Like, it was, you were allowed to go outside and play and run around. And I think that's one of the things that's a factor in children. Children need to get out. They need to get exercise. Well, we were talking about, like, are they misdiagnosed? So what is the cause if so many kids are being diagnosed with ADD? You look it on social media, you can find it everywhere, you can Google it. And and then the conversation shifted over to, adults. And we were saying that, a lot of people are getting diagnosed with depression and or ADD or whatever, right? So what's the reason for that? Now, my son and I were chatting last week or something about how demanding it is to be a race car driver. They sit in a vehicle for hours on end, and they have to have the physical stamina to be able to do that. So the reason I use the race car driver as an example is when most of us are going to work, that are office workers anyhow. I've done trades and worked in offices, so I know how it is. So when you're working in an office, you're sitting all day. Do you have the stamina to sit there all day? Driving a race car is a lot more. Like even pressing the brake takes a lot of effort to do it. I forgot how many, how much force you need to press the brake on that. So there's a little bit difference there. So don't attack me on that. But if you look at it, somebody's sitting in an office chair all day long. They get up to go have coffee, go have their lunch, whatever, right? How far are they actually going though? And then when they come home, they're tired. They're tired of sitting around all day. They have the commute, which is likely they're driving in a vehicle, so they're sitting again, or they're on transit where likely they're sitting. And then they get home, and then they're tired. And then they are like, okay, I got to make dinner. I got to get the kids ready for the next day, whatever, make my lunch and stuff. But you want to sit. And then at the end of the day, people go to rest. So they're resting from a day of sitting all day. And then they're like, man, I hate my life. I'm so tired. This is too much for me. So when I work in an office, I made a habit of, I had a 1 hour lunch break. People get half-hour lunch breaks and 2 coffees or whatever the case may be. I combined it to a 1 hour break where I would go for a walk. Every day, like I worked in downtown Vancouver, every day that I was at work, I would see the time, okay, I got my time off now, and I would go for a walk. I would walk and eat sometimes. I'd eat at my desk sometimes because it was okay. I had my own office. So, but I made sure I went for a walk every day. And then when I got home, I would change. Like I took the SkyTrain in. So out here in British Columbia, we have a SkyTrain in Lower Mainland. So I took the SkyTrain in every day. I had a car too, but I went by SkyTrain right to downtown Vancouver, Waterfront Station, and I got off in Surrey. And then I came home, changed, had a snack, and then I worked out. So I'm a martial artist, and I believe in stretching and working out and calisthenics and stuff. So we'll just put a routine together. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I would weight train or whatever. Tuesday, Thursday, I would do calisthenics and martial arts. Just as an example, my routines change quite often. Your body adapts to it. This is, the reality of being I was a personal trainer when I was 19 years old. But I made sure in the evening, I would go for a jog. So I made sure that I got my exercise in. So Monday to Friday, and I took the weekends off. Saturday and Sunday were my rest days. But I didn't push myself to an extreme limit or anything. I just made sure that I got out there jogging. Sometimes it was, I didn't feel like jogging. So what did I do? I jog 1 block. I'd walk and then I'd jog 1 block. I called it a walk, jog, run because sometimes I felt like running. And I think that's a component that's missing in a lot of people's lives. And if that can help you out mentally, physically, great. Maybe, there's so many people out there that aren't actually depressed, or they're depressed because they're not getting their physical activity in. They say that when you work out, you exercise, you have these hormones that go on in your brain, endorphins or whatever they're called, and you feel better. And that's one of the things I think is missing. Like, it's not about, oh, you're eating too much or whatever. I ate a lot. I worked out all the time. That had nothing to do with it. And I've always lived kind of a life where I believe we should be positive, not forced positive, but set yourself up where, if you're feeling down, do something about it. The more we think about, people start spiraling, I think. I do it sometimes too. You worry about something, or you think about something that's bothering you, and then it's in your head, and you can't get your mind off it, and then you start spiraling, and that spiral keeps going. The best thing to do is try to stop yourself from that spiral. If you notice that, hey, I'm thinking something negative here, could something be done about it right now by me thinking about it? Likely not. I always find that when I'm stuck, it's happened to a lot of people where you're like, oh, hey, what's that guy's name? Or what was the score on this game at this time? Who scored the touchdown? Whatever, you're like, I know the answer, but my brain is blocking me right now. And what's the best thing to do? Stop thinking about it. Walk away from it. Do something else, and bang, it comes to you. If it were this simple, I think life would be great for a lot of people. But taking a chance and just trying it out, it's that simple. If it works, great. If not, maybe it's time to go see a doctor or something. Anyhow, if it were that simple, that'd be great. And I think everybody should just take the time and work on yourselves. And if you have a partner or a family member, talk to them. It's really important that we communicate with each other, that other people understand and know what you're going through. Those that are close to you. You don't have to advertise it to the whole world, but simple exercise just might do the trick. And going for a walk together might just do the trick. If you know somebody that, is feeling down and, it's been going on for a bit, maybe make a habit of going for a walk with them. Maybe it'll help. Maybe just talking to you will help. Just don't talk about negative things. Try to talk about something off subject. So, hey, thanks for listening. Peace. One love.